All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is Psalms chapter 82, verse 6. It says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Right, man? So, when the black man says, or the Latino man, or Native American Indian man say that they are gods, and, Jake them always saying that, in actuality, we really are gods, according to the Bible, man. Yashar Allah, Prince of the Power. In the beginning, when the world was first created, the angels created the world, everything they're in, because they got the blueprint from Yahweh, which is so-called God. But them angels were the first fruit, which are the elect now today, who created the world and everything that's therein. We had spiritual powers back then also, when we was cast down onto this earth, we had spiritual powers, man. And over the time, through the curses, our power started to get took from us. So in the beginning, we did have spiritual powers, and then the power started to get took from us. And now we're in the weakest state that we're ever going to be in. But eventually, we're going to be raised back up, man. But Psalms chapter 82, verse 6, it says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, right? But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Hence the reason why we die now today, because we don't have that same power we had in the beginning. But we're going to get it back, That's why we dying in the streets. Israel is dying in the streets, and the flesh is weak. But all that's going to be given back, man. Let me go ahead and get it. First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 39 says, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. Right? So the Lord made everybody to have a different flesh. There ain't no such thing as no mermaids, half woman, half sea creature, half fish type or dolphin type thing. The Lord didn't mix the species, so to speak. The Lord didn't mix humans with animals. This is all this is saying, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 39 again. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. So the Lord separated all these fleshes. Verse 40, there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. Hold on, slack down. All right, this 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40 again. It says, there are celestial bodies. The celestial bodies are the angelic bodies, and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Right, so the celestial body and the terrestrial bodies are different. The celestial bodies are the angelic bodies. The angels don't get sick. They don't feel pain. They don't die. Just to give a few examples, they got spiritual powers like Goku, Storm, Magneto. The angels and the celestial bodies are the ones that's controlling everything that's going on, from the plagues to the hurricanes to the tornadoes. So their bodies, in the way they're designed, is different from the terrestrial. Terra coming from, meaning of the ground. We were created from the ground, this flesh, we get sick, we die, stress, worries, doubts, etc. Man, the flesh is a whole lot different from the celestial body. So, okay, give me 1 second.
People ask me all the time.
All right, this is Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do a little more digging on the celestial, but all they say is the nature of an angel thus far. But it says, verse 41, 1 Corinthians 15 and 41, it says, there is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory, right, man? So the Lord made everything different. You know, the sun has His glory, has what it's supposed to do. The moon also, the stars also, man. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption. Right. So we are sown in corruption, meaning the flesh. You know, the sickness and having to die, and raised in incorruption. We're raised into not celestial, but extraterrestrial. Because angels not only, do they have, they have power and whatnot, but they don't have sex, But when we get raised up, we're going to be able to have sex. Let me read it again. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption in this flesh. We die. And it's raised in incorruption. It's raised an extraterrestrial being, because that's what we're going to become. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. Right. Weakness is everything that comes with the terrestrial body. Raised in power. When we get raised back up, we're going to have spiritual power. It is sown a natural body, like terrestrial. It is raised a spiritual body, right? So we are eventually going to receive spiritual bodies, man, woman, and child of the nation of Israel, man. We are going to have spiritual powers, man. But everything is going to be set in its rightful order. So it's everything going to be run righteously. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body, see? And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit, meaning he was raised up in spiritual power. He's going to have spiritual power, man. Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual, right? So you have to start with your natural body, this flesh, the terrestrial body, but when you die and come back, because the kingdom is next, you're going to be raised into a spiritual body, man. Extraterrestrial, meaning you're going to be like Superman, etc. We're going to be able to have sex and be fruitful and multiply. The angels can't do that. That's one of the biggest differences between us and them, man. The first man is of the earth, earthly. The second man is the Lord from heaven. The man is the Lord from heaven, right? As is the earthly, such are they also that are earthly, and as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. Right, man. So that's what's coming next, man. Hence the reason why the Lord said, Salakia. Hence the reason why the Lord said, we are His weapons of war. With thee we break in pieces nations. It's in Isaiah, is it? Salakia. It's in Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. The Lord going to use His own people to destroy kingdoms. When He's come back, the men that He gives spiritual power to, they're going to help Him take down Esau and the rest of the nations, man, right along with the angels. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Right, and that's talking about Esau's military. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young. Right, so when you see that scripture in Ezekiel, which states that, come down near those that got the mark to slay utterly old and young, maid, woman, children. That's not only for the angels, man. That's eventually Israel gonna get that same power which is what it's explaining right here, Jeremiah 51:22. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Right, so this is when the Lord give his man spiritual powers. Esau going to try to come in like a flood upon the nation of Israel, upon the elect of Israel, because ultimately the 2/3 the Lord don't want, so he gonna let them go ahead and get taken out. But as far as the elect, the ones that's doing the work, putting the videos up, the women that's living righteously up under their husband in obeisance, not teaching the scriptures to nobody, who keep their mouth shut to the best of their ability, not busybodies, those are the women that's gonna be saved. And the children that take heed, they're going to be saved. But these people, the rest of these people are going to be put to death. Verse 23, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. Right, so the Lord going to have his people killed. The men of the Lord are going to be killing people, man. And I will render unto Babylon, which is America, and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea, all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord Yahweh. Right, so all the slavery, oppression that we have gone through, the Lord is going to pay them back for that. I can stop there. Isaiah 59:19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, Esau is the enemy when he activate his FEMA troops via martial law. They're going to come in and try to start to kill off the prophets and stuff. It says, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. That standard is going to be giving his men spiritual powers, man. This Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them, talking about all you people. Woe, meaning destruction, to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, which is Esau, not no spiritual demon, Satan, not no red guy with the devil tail, or the Baphomet, or the Golden Mendez, whatever you want to call him. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the seas, for the devil, which is Esau, it's talking about him, the man that has the spirit of the devil, it's come down unto you having great wrath. Right, man? Esau has been changing his laws, implementing his military where he needs them to be, activating certain psyops, mind control things to help further his agenda. And eventually when he tries to get a hold of his new world order and force chip everybody and start killing the elect of Israel off and stuff like that, that's a sign of him coming in as the devil, man. But it's not just going to be for us. It's going to be for everybody. But we the ones who is mainly who the Lord dealing with this stuff that's going on. So, y'all write this out, we have the elect. Revelation 12:12, it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right, so Esau know that he got a short time, so he's been doing everything according to his agenda, and eventually he's going to come in and try to kill off the prophets, because his ultimate goal is to do away with Israel, but the elect is the one that's waking everybody up, so he's really after the elect right now. So when he comes in and tries to do that, that's when the Lord gonna give his men spiritual powers, and they gonna fight and destroy Esau. And like right around the time the Lord come back, man, all that's gonna run hand in hand, because the men of the Lord gonna get spiritual powers to do miracles and healings and stuff before then. you know. Isaiah 31:1, woe, meaning destruction, to them that go down to Egypt for help. Right, our people that want to ask this devil for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots. This is military, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. See, the Lord making a distinction, because the Lord just making a distinction. It says, and their horses flesh and not spirit. And I was just reading how the spirit is different from the flesh, man. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoppling shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. Right? Why? Because Yahweh Shai, which is so-called Jesus Christ, going to come back with the angels, and they're going to tear shit up right along with his elect, the ones that he gives spiritual power to, man. So, with that being said, I don't want to drag it out too much further. You know, that's the that's in the near future, man. So with that being said, call Lord Yahweh Shai, give my honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.